أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. I welcome you all to the class where we are looking at a third classification of verb. The third classification of verb, التقسيم الثالث. التقسيم الثالث. So we are looking at this from the angle, that is from the aspect of atadia, transitivity, واللزوم, and intransitivity. So that is what we are looking at today. Let's see how it goes. ينقسم الفعل من حيث التعدية واللزوم إلى قسمين. Verb الفعل verb ينقسم is divided من حيث التعدية according to its transitivity واللزوم and its intransitivity إلى قسمين, to two different types. Qismain. This one is very easy. This is the key point there. It's divided into two types. Qismain. So these two types, the first one is al-fi'lu al-muta'addi. Al-fi'lu al-muta'addi. At times you might not see this here or there, this here. So that is when the fi'l is in nakra case, like fi'lun. You might not see al-fi'l, you might see fi'lun muta'addin. You now see termin there. Fi'lun muta'addin. It's going to be kesra always taking kesra. This dal is always taking what? Kesra. Is either you say al-fi'lul muta'addi bil-ya or fi'lun bitanwin muta'addin. There is a reason for that. It's not for this level. Just know that. In case you see this, don't be puzzled. It's still the same thing. So the first type of this classification is what is al-fi'l al-muta'addi, the transitive verb. The transitive verb. So the second one is al-fi'lu al-lazim. Al-fi'lu al-lazim, the intransitive verb. The intransitive verb. So let's look at these two types of verb. Let's look at them one after the other. Al-fi'lu al-muta'addi هو الفعل الذي يتجاوز من الفاعل إلى المفعول به. So is the verb that والفعل الذي is the verb that يتجاوز, transcends, that moves من الفاعل, from the subject إلى المفعول به, to the object. So fa'il means subject. Fa'il means subject, that is the doer of the action. While maf'ul bihi means object, the one or that which the action is performed upon. Object. So basically, fi'l muta'addi is the verb that cannot give a complete meaning in a sentence without maf'ul bihi. Without maf'ul bihi. Let me tell you the secret behind this classification. This classification is just about the verb that has maf'ul bihi, the verb that has an object, and the verb that does not have an object. That is just a basic understanding behind this classification. So this fi'l muta'addi now is the verb that cannot give a complete meaning in a sentence. If you make use of the verb in a sentence, you cannot derive a complete meaning from it, except you add the maf'ul bihi, the object to it. Why? Because the verb needs an object. The verb it needs a subject, and it also needs an object. But this subject is inevitable. All verb needs a subject. All verb needs a subject. So this one is inevitable. But not all verbs needs maf'ul bihi. So the verb that needs maf'ul bihi is what is the muta'addi verb. Without maf'ul bihi, the sentence will not be complete. We get that later on. Let's move on. وَبِعِبَارَةٍ أُخْرَى. In other words, that is, looking at another definition apart from the above one, we can say al-fi'l al-muta'addi huwa al-fi'l. We can say is the verb that yahtaj, that needs fa'il, that needs a subject. Yaf'aluhu, that performs the action. The verb needs a subject that will perform the action in the sentence. So wa maf'ul bihi, and also it needs yahtaj. This yahtaj is still working. Yahtaj means it needs, or it here now it is a verb, so it's it you are going to use. So it needs maf'ul bihi, an object, yaqaw alayhi, that the action will be performed upon. That the action will be performed upon. So here now, this second definition is talking about that. It's just telling us the verb needs a subject equally. The verbs also need an object. So that's it. Let's look at an example. We have doraba. Doraba means to beat. So here now is in the muddy form. So you see what we say, doraba, he beat. He beat. So let's look at that doraba now. Doraba is a verb that needs what? That needs a subject. The doer, the person that will beat. So it needs a doer that will perform the action. That is the fa'il, yaf'aluhu. And also it needs maf'ul bihi. It needs an object. It needs an object that the action will be performed upon. So this doraba needs a subject that is the person that will be beaten, that will beat, the person who will beat, and an object, the one who will be beaten. You can see. So without this object, the sentence will not be complete. I cannot say I beat and I stopped. Who did I beat? So the sentence is not complete. So doraba Zaidun Amr. Zaidu beats Amr. Zaidu beats Amr. So in that case now, without Amr in the sentence is not a complete sentence. Why? Because doraba is a verb that needs an object. So it's a muta'addi verb. So another example is kataba. Kataba, he wrote. Kataba, he wrote. So we are still going to look at all these examples in a sentence later on, inshallah. Another example is kotala. Kotala, he killed. He killed. Another one is alima. Alima, he knew. He knew.